want to tell you a story. A story that took me years to understand, years to grow through, and years to finally feel proud of. And I'm sharing it today because I know there are people listening right now who are standing exactly where I once stood, wondering if things will ever change, wondering if they will ever feel strong, confident, or capable enough to build the life they want. For a long time, I wasn't that person. I wasn't confident, I wasn't outspoken, I wasn't the one people looked to for advice or inspiration. I was the one people talked over, the one they underestimated, the one they dismissed before I even had the chance to show who I really was. And when that happens again and again, it starts to shape you in ways you don't even notice at first. You start shrinking yourself, you start doubting your own voice. You start believing that maybe you are not meant for more and this treatment will always follow you. I dealt with negativity constantly, aggressive people, toxic environments, situations where I felt like no matter how hard I tried, I wasn't enough. They would treat me like I wasn't capable of anything for literally no reason. They would see themselves above me, try to explain me even the most basic things. I was quite of an outsider and somewhat quiet. People acted like they could treat me the way they like, using me, calling me bad names, ruling over me, and seeing me as less valued. They were also trying to talk me over, and eventually all of that pushed me into a really dark place. I felt stuck, drained, and honestly, like I had lost myself somewhere along the way. It was one of those moments where you look around and think, how did I even get here? But here's the part that changed everything for me. That low point forced me to stop and really look at the foundation I was living on. And what I realized was honestly painful. My entire life was built on what other people thought of me, their opinions, their expectations, their judgments. I didn't want any confrontation. Their voices were louder in my head than my own, and that was weak. It was never going to hold me up. So I made a decision. Not a dramatic one, not a public one, but a deeply personal one. I decided I was going to rebuild my life from the ground up. I decided I was going to rise, even if it took time. I decided I was going to become the person I have always wanted to be, not for them but for myself. A person which is standing up for themselves, is confident, and lives their life with ambition. A person who has their own strong opinion and let others talk what they want without care. And that's when everything started to shift. I started focusing on myself in a way I've never had before. I worked hard, quietly, consistently, without needing anyone to clap for me. I stopped giving energy to people who only brought negativity into my life. I stopped letting others decide what I was capable of. I started choosing what actually made me stronger, even if it meant walking away from things that once felt familiar. I developed myself, starting to dress differently, to carry myself with pride, to care for me physically and mentally. And with that new look, also my mindset shifted. I broke up with people who brought negativity into my life. I started to think positive about myself and the world. Even though I dealt with many bad people, I still believe in the good. I built confidence, had dreams and goals I want to fulfill. Nevertheless, I also developed my own values and my own perspectives on lives, which are also the values of this movement. Slowly, I built a new life, one that came from my own story and pain. A life built from resilience, from lessons learned the hard way, from movements where I had no choice but to grow. Life built from truth, not pressure, from clarity, not fear. And as I grew, something unexpected happened. People started noticing. They wondered, and even now there's something negative envy. But let this envy be the motivation on your journey. They just envy you because they couldn't do the same. And that's when I realized something huge, something that changed the direction of my life completely. My story isn't just helping me, it can help others. And that's when I knew I wanted to create something bigger than myself. I wanted to build something that could inspire people the way I wish someone had inspired me when I was struggling. And this is becoming better. This is why I founded this movement. Not to show off, not to pretend that I'm perfect, but to be the voice for others when they feel small, like I did once. To be the reminder that you can rise from the lowest point of your life to build something powerful. To show people that developing isn't about being flawless, it's about being committed to your own growth. I found it becoming better to inspire you to do the same. It's not like a task for me, it's a gift I want to give back to the world, to say thank you, that I finally did it after so many years. I know that in today's world, many people struggle and don't have something to hold on to. For me, I also did it alone, with nobody to hold on or to rely on. But this is when you become incredibly strong. It will teach you that you don't have to depend on others. You'll find wisdom, but also find without them. And this is incredible freedom. And when you have to fight alone and witness negativity and pressure at a quite young age, you are shaped for life. You see the world, yourself, and people with different eyes. You might put yourselves in the shadow to please others. You lose hope and ambition. But once you have risen up, you have learned it the hard way, and this is making you unbreakable. Now that you know the history of this movement and why I decided to build it, I want to brief you what makes becoming better different from other movements and foundations, which are all about mental health and self-development. You know, there are many mental health foundations out there, and a lot of them do good work. But this one was built differently. It was not created by people who studied struggle from distance. It was created by someone who lived it, someone who knows what it feels like to hit a wall, to question everything, to want to change so badly but don't know where to begin. It's built from a life story. And that's why this foundation doesn't feel like the others. It's not built on theories or perfect plans. It's built on real life, on the kind of experience that leaves marks, the kind that shapes you, the kind that makes you understand people in a deeper way. It's built on moments that could have been yours, because honestly, the emotion behind our stories are often the same. Most foundations focus on programs, structures, and systems. We focus on people, on you, on the person who's been carrying more than they show, on the person who's trying to stay strong for everyone else, on the person who wants to grow but doesn't know where to start. We don't see you as a case or a number, we see you as someone with a story that deserves attention and care. Here is the biggest difference. We don't pretend to stand above you. We don't talk down on you. We don't act like we have all the answers. We walk with you because this foundation was built by someone who knows what it feels like to need support, not just offer it. Someone who understands that healing isn't a straight line and that sometimes the smallest step forward is a huge victory. I don't know your exact story, but I know you've been through things that changed you. I know you've had moments where you kept going, even if it was hard. And I know, even you don't know that you deserve a life that feels meaningful and true to who you are. That is what makes this foundation different. It's not just built from experience, it's built from empathy, from connection, from the belief that your life matters, your dreams matter, and your future matters. And if we can help you take even one step towards the life you want, then everything behind this foundation has a purpose. When you become part of this foundation, you are not just joining another mental health project. You're stepping into something that's designed to actually help you in your everyday life. And I want to be very clear about what that means for you, because the benefits aren't vague or theoretical. They're real, practical, and meant to support where you are right now. You will gain access to guidance that comes from real experience, not just from books, not from professionals who have never lived through what you are living, but from someone who's walked through the same confusion, the same pressure, the same emotional weight you might be carrying. That means the advice you hear isn't just good on paper, it's something you can actually use. You will learn how to understand your emotions better, why you react the way you do, why certain patterns keep repeating, and how to break out of cycles that have held you back for years. You will learn practical tools for managing stress, building healthier habits, and creating routines that support your mental well being instead of draining it. We will also take a look on how narcissists think, for example, how to stay strong against negative people. We will implement a project for children where they can learn mental strength from the beginning. Also, we will start a project for women's empowerment and we will take a look on societal structures concerning this topic and more. Besides that, we will give you tips on how to be and act confident and how to build your own success story. You will also gain a community, a place where you don't have to pretend everything is fine. A place where you can hear stories that sound like your own, where you can feel understood without having to explain every detail. That alone can change everything because feeling seen is often the first step towards healing. You will get content that helps you grow, like videos and talks that break down complex emotions into simple steps, exercises that help you build confidence and self awareness, reflections that will help you understand your past and shape your future, motivation that keeps you moving forward even on the days you feel stuck, speeches on societal problems and challenges and how to overcome them, and talks about values and how to live after them. And the most important thing you will gain is clarity. Clarity about who you are, what you want, and what direction you want your life to go. Because when you understand yourself better, you make better decisions. You will build healthier relationships. You stop settling for less than you deserve. You will start living instead of just surviving and getting values that help you building a successful and happy life. This foundation is here to give you that, not by telling you who to be, but by helping you to discover it for yourself. It's here to support you, to guide you, to remind you that you're capable of more than you think. And even if we have never met, I want you to benefit from everything I have learned, everything I have lived, and everything I have overcome. Because you deserve a life that feels meaningful. You deserve tools that actually help. You deserve that support feels real. And that's exactly what you will find here. And if you have more inspiration, questions, or input, write us an email at becomingbetter.foundation@gmail.com. At the end of the day, people can't stop us from telling our story because we don't live any longer in the shadows. We have a voice and we have pride.